What is going on, superstars? I'm so super excited duper to have you here at this moment. Today video I'm going to be showing you how you can trade pips on Volatility 75 index. I'm going to take you to my mentor to show you each and everything, so make sure to watch this video up to the end to understand how you can calculate the Volatility 75 pips as a step-by-step process. Let us do like this.
What's going on, superstars? It's Sam Keys here again, and I'm so excited to brief. If you are thinking about making $100 a day, then you want to stick around and watch this video to the end.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up.
What's going on, superstars? It's Sam Keys here again, and I'm so excited to bring you another tutorial video on how to earn money from trading the financial market. You know, a couple of years ago when I started trading, someone told me about, Sam, it's actually possible for you to learn the skill of trading, and every day you can be making like $100. Or perhaps then what I was enticed with was $10. Just imagine if you can make $10 a day, in a week you're going to make about $50. And that was so exciting. And I started thinking, okay, if I can make $10, then I can level up to make about $100 a day. So the thought of that was so enticing that I literally got lost, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to plan and scale this up for 1 year. If I make $100 a day, in 360 days, I'm going to be making about $36,000. And I was like, wow, a lot has changed already, okay? But the truth is, guys, besides the thought of this, it's good to have goals, it's good to visualize and, see where you want to go to and all that. But there's a whole lot more. The truth is, I was just less than 3 months old in trading there, and this thing didn't come the way I thought about it, right? It really didn't come the way I thought about it, and I was asking questions. What's really wrong? I knew this is what I want. So what are the things that stopped me? And I believe that a lot of you watching this video right now, perhaps you're a beginner, you've thought like this, and you may be considering what are the things that's really going to stop me, from getting this to this point of earning such amount of money. But then, if you're thinking that way, you want to pay attention to this video. One of the things you got to understand is that trading is not a job. It is only a job that you know exactly how much you're going to earn from the beginning, before what happens, before the salary comes, right? You're being paid at the end of the month, $100, so you just put in the work and all that. Trading is more like a business. It is a business because some days you make money, some days you don't make money, some days you are at break even, some days you lose money and all that. But the thing still remains that it has more potential to give you more than what you even ask for. And that is the thing about this business. So now there are factors, right, that I actually ignored, right? I ignored these factors, and that actually made me not get to that goal, because there are things you got to do, and money is going to be chasing you on autopilot. So I checked out these factors, and that is what I'm about to share with you on this video right now. If you want to actualize the goal of making $100 a day trading, is you got to really figure out what type of trader you are. Usually at the beginning stage of trading, you don't get to realize this. You don't know, because you're just trying a few things within the first 3 months of your trading, first 6 months. But over time, when you gain experience and mastery, you got to realize the type of trading that gives you a higher edge of trading. So it's either you're a scalper, a day trader, or a swing trader. You got to decide what type of trader you are. Just like me now putting on these glasses is like, okay, Sam, what kind of YouTuber are you? Do you usually have glasses on you? So, no. Let's see how this video is going to feel like without the glasses. Now I feel more comfortable, right? That is how it is. You got to know exactly what type of trading style you are more comfortable with. And that is the very first step. Now, the next thing you got to consider is what instrument or what set of instruments are you going to trade? Are you going to be trading the Forex currency pairs, or you're going to be trading volatility indices or stock indices, or perhaps you're going to be trading cryptocurrency, right? You got to be specific on what instrument you want to trade to actualize this goal of making $100 in a day. Before you get access to any instrument, you definitely need a reliable broker to work with, and that is the broker that actually offers you the instrument you want to trade. So let's say, for example, you are considering trading volatility indices like Volatility 75. In this video, I'm going to make an emphasis to Volatility 75 a lot, so you just want to be connected to the broker that offers that particular instrument. And if you're looking out to have the same trading experience like I do, then you want to check the description of this video for a link to sign up with the broker that I trade with. Now that you have decided the instrument you want to trade, for example, in this video, we are going to be trading Volatility 75. The next thing you got to go into is the practical aspect of trading, right? Now we're going to be focusing on Volatility 75. What are the key elements that you got to focus on? What is the account size? What is the number of pips you're going to be looking out for? What is the lot size that you're going to be trading with? Now I'm going to take you through a thorough analysis, and you're going to know exactly how many pips is required with a particular lot size for you to actually get $100 a day. Before we get into that, if you're new to the channel and you would like to learn more about trading, you want to hit the subscribe button right now and drop in the comments your name and where you're watching this video from. Okay, over to the chart, we're definitely going to be looking at Volatility 75 index, because this is one key instrument that I trade in volatility indices that gives a lot of moves, right? And we've really come to master this particular instrument, myself and my community. If you want to join our trading community on Telegram, you check the description of this video and you're going to get a link to that. All right. So if you want to get access to these and you really want to master and get the best result from trading Volatility 75, you got to consider a few things. Earlier on point number 2, I talked about, knowing the instrument. Now, when you're talking about the instrument you want to trade, you got to know the intrinsic properties. You got to know how volatile this instrument actually is. You got to really know how many pips you can make in 30 minutes, how many pips you can make in 1 hour and thereabout. We're just going to go over to figure out how.
Alright guys, so it's time now. We are going to start calculating our pips. Make sure you have a pen and a paper so that we can note down each and everything which they are going to be highlighting out. So let us continue.
Over to figure out how many pips we can actually get on the 30 minutes time frame when trading Volatility 75. I'm just going to pick randomly one of the longest candles that we have here. So we have this particular one. I'm going to take it from the top there to the very bottom, and we can see that this instrument did about 800 pips in 30 minutes. So this has to do with the study of the volatility of that instrument. Now that you know you can actually do 800 pips in 30 minutes, or in smaller time frame you can actually do in 5 minutes about 200 pips to 300 pips, then you got to decide, I'm going to apply, just like what Sam Key said before, I'm going to apply, okay, my style of trading. Maybe I just want to scalp, look out for 1,000 pips, or maybe look out for 2,000 or 10,000 pips. Let's just go over and see how you can go about this. Now, in trading Volatility 75 index, if you come in front of the chart and you are trading this instrument with a lot size of 0.001, and you're making about 1,000 pips, which is definitely achievable within 1 hour, and most likely that is what a lot of scalpers want to get, because as a scalper you're trading between anything from 1 minute to 59 minutes, less than 1 hour. That's what makes you a scalper. You just in and then you're out of the market, right? You can actually achieve this, right? And if you're using the lot size of 0.001, definitely you're not going to be making $100 with 1,000 pips. If this is the lot size that your account can actually accommodate, probably you have a $10 account or $50 or $100 account, and you want to really trade this market, using this lot size, then you may be looking out for about 10,000 pips. If you definitely want to make $100, you're going to be looking at making 10,000 pips, because 10,000 pips is what is going to give you $100 when you use a nano lot size. Now you got to ask yourself, is it possible for me to actualize 10,000 pips when trading Volatility 75 in 1 day, or perhaps in the next 30 minutes, or perhaps in the next 4 hours or so? Now, the answer to this question is what is going to guide you on what type of trades you're going to take, whether you're going to be scalping, or you're going to be day trading, or you're going to be taking swings. Now, really, what is advisable is 10,000 pips. The market definitely does a lot of moves. It goes up, contractions and all that. So I really don't advise you looking out for 10,000 pips to make $100 a day. Instead of doing that, you can make more money with that. So one of the viable ways you can actually go as a scalper, if you want to make $100 in a couple of minutes, definitely 1,000 pips is achievable within 1 hour, right? if you want to do this, then you got to consider making use of a lot size of 0.010, which is about 10 cents per pip. Now that you've figured out the number of pips that you need to get this done, the next thing you got to consider, right, is what is my risk to reward? And that is exactly the point number 4, that we're talking about the pips and risk to reward and all that. What is my risk to reward? How much of my account am I going to be risking to make $100? So let's just go into that screen now. I'm going to show you something. If you are coming into the market and you are looking at the charts, you want to make about 1,000 pips, and you're trying to risk, let's say 200 pips, because in my trading community, we don't risk more than 200 to 300 pips. Right, risk and reward. I'm just going to talk about risk and reward now. So what is the risk and reward that I'm going to be bringing in? So if you want to go over this, usually I strongly recommend that you use a healthy risk to reward per trade, at least 1:2, perhaps risking 10% of your account to get 20%, or 5% of your account to get 1:2, that's 10%. Of course, you just want to go around these things. If you're risking $10, you're looking out to make about $20 or so, or you're looking out for a risk to reward ratio of 1:10, right? 1:10. So I'm just going to work with this risk to reward ratio of 1:10, and we're going to figure out how we can literally make $100 making use of this. So now, if you have your account fixed and you're coming up into the market and you're trying to risk $10, because we're talking about risk to reward of 1:10. You're trying to risk $10. Definitely, if you risk $10 in a trade and the market gives you, right, 10, a risk to reward of 1:10, a risk of $10 would give you a profit of what? $100. And that is actually a very smart move, right? So you got to ask yourself, what is it going to take for me to do 1:10? How can I risk $10 to get $100? So if you are taking a trade setup, number one, you've defined exactly how many pips you're willing to risk. Let's say, for example, you're risking 200 pips on that trade setup. If you're risking 200 pips on that trade setup, and the trade setup gives you a potential reward of 2,000 pips, what happens? You have made 1:10. So what lot size are you going to use on the 200 pips to ensure that your risk still stays within this $10 that you want to risk? On a 200 pips risk, you definitely want to use a lot size of 0.005. When you multiply that, it's going to give you $10, because this is what equates into what? $10. And of course, 0.005, that being your total lot for the trade setup. If you put every of this together and it gives you 2,000 pips, then you're making $100. So now, one of the challenges that we face as traders is most times we come to the market and we look out for a situation if we can actually get risk to reward of 1:10 in just one trade, right? Sometimes the market situation doesn't give you that opportunity, and this is the very factor that actually holds a lot of people back. You come in and say, Sam, I'm looking for 1:10, and you come into the market and you see a lot of contractions in the market, and it's really not forthcoming. You get so frustrated and all that. Now, you can actually go for something that is achievable with respect to the market system, but ensure that your risk to reward is at least 1:2, so that if you're required to take about 3 trades at once, you can make more profit, and if one goes against you, the loss is not going to really make you feel so bad. All right, so that is the thing you really want to consider. Now, the final thing, I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. The final thing that you really got to consider, right, as a trader, the final thing you're going to consider, which is the 5th point that I want to share with you guys on this video, the final thing you got to consider, to really make this money, right? After you do the analysis, the money analysis, know how many pips you're going to use and so on, you got to know exactly what strategy you are trading, right? You got to know the exact strategy that you want to use to make this money. Because if you don't know what strategy you're trading, then you're going to be, you're just going to be doing trial and error. You're most likely going to be gambling with your money. So you got to find out what works. And you guys know here in Freedom Trade House, we do a lot of things that, I tell you a lot, if you can see it, you can have it. And I've built a lot of strategies that have been helping members of this community to really leverage in this market and make profits very well. So you got to learn the strategy that you're going to make use of to really get this over and over and over again. You want to trade what you know, not what you feel, not what you think. What you know. And that knowledge only comes through practice and practicing a particular thing over and over and again. So you got to find out a couple of strategies. Perhaps you want to check Freedom Trade House channel and you get access to maybe the Deriv killer strategy, or perhaps the breakout strategy, or the sniper entry strategy. I strongly recommend that you watch the playlist on sniper entries, and it's really going to help you to see the strategy that you can literally build yourself around to actually leverage on these things and make a whole lot of money really well, right? With risk management, of course, all right? Because there's risk involved in this. So the best thing to do is to take calculated risk. So you got to check out what you can actually do that's going to work really well for you. Everybody's different. You just got to figure out exactly what you can do that you can leverage on to get the best result. Get us back in. Good.
Thank you so much for watching up to this moment. I would like to be humble to you and thank you for watching this full course. I'm going to link up the full video from our mentor in the description below. You can go and watch that and subscribe to Freedom House community, and also join our Freedom House Telegram channel so that we can keep moving with us and we will get to learn more about Forex trading.
So if you find this piece of information helpful, you want to give this video a thumbs up and then subscribe for more.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.